Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm Office Bloke Aidan.
I'm Gaynor.
I'm Sophie.
And today we've got Anthony Jeselnik, the worst crowd I've ever had.
I can't imagine him having a crowd that's bad, because he's so funny.
I mean, is he talking about the time he's had the worst crowd ever, or has he titled this video after saying this is the worst crowd ever?
I'm not sure, I guess we'll find out, but I can't imagine him doing a show and it not being good and people not...
Yeah, I'd agree.
I'll tell you what probably is the worst thing though, being a comedian, like the crowd is bad. Like dead like crowd and they're not laughing or like they don't get the jokes.
Yeah, the Bill Burr
Philly rant,
yeah.
You know,
even so, they're like booing at like everyone else though that came on before him and stuff. Like if you're there on your own and they're all not even really booing you, just not laughing at the jokes. Because imagine you say the punchline that you thought was going to get everyone laughing, and then they don't laugh and they're expecting something else to be said, and then
and what annoys me is when I go to a comedy show and the people next to me are chatting amongst themselves. I feel like saying, shut up.
Yeah.
Like, he's doing his show. If you've come to watch it, then watch it.
Well, yeah, it's just like a play.
You tell him, Gaynor.
Oh, yeah.
It's like chatting in the cinema.
How rude.
You don't do it, do you?
Oh, see, I get annoyed in the cinema. I've not been to the cinema now. The last thing I went to see was Bridget Jones, with the big knickers one. That's the last one I went to. What was the last Bridget Jones when...
Bridget Jones's Baby?
Yeah, that's the last one. That's the last time I went to the movies.
That was like 6 years ago or
something. I know, because people annoy me.
Remember when we went to the cinema, like you took me to the cinema on my birthday like 7 years ago?
Yeah. And
we were the only ones in there.
Yeah.
I think I found that
we were the
once.
only ones in there.
And they wonder why like cinemas are shutting down.
That was in Abu Dhabi though, wasn't it?
Might have been, yeah.
Yeah, it was in Abu Dhabi, and the reason being it was Ramadan.
Oh, was it?
And you weren't allowed to eat or drink. So nobody went in there, because obviously the whole thing about going to the movies is you have your snacks and your drinks.
So for a full month, do basically all of the entertainment places kind of like
restaurants
closed?
The restaurants closed,
so
or they have these big curtains up where you can go in, but you can't if you were walking past.
That was specific restaurants though.
Jones the grocers, but most of them were completely closed.
So they're losing out for a month.
And you weren't even allowed to, like if because the malls were open, but none of the food places.
Yeah.
You weren't even like allowed to have a sip of water.
Yeah, I remember I was in the car. I was in my mate's car and I was in the back seat, and I would a sip of water, but I had to like sit down like below the window and take a sip of water.
Yeah, they get really.
But so even if you weren't practicing Ramadan, you still weren't allowed to drink in public.
Because you can't do it in front of them.
Okay.
The only time that you could drink water was if you were pregnant.
In your own. I thought you just meant in your own house.
No, but I mean in public was if you were visibly pregnant.
Yeah.
Or under. They said round about 10 years old if you were under 10.
Get ya.
But once you kind of got to a certain age, that you were expected to.
Yeah, to kind of respect.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
It's their country, their rules, isn't it?
And the thing is, even though as a Christian over there, you wanted to have a drink, you felt bad, you didn't.
No, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I agree. Obviously, you've just got to respect.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, their culture.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into this. Anthony Jeselnik, the worst crowd I've ever had.
Great to be here in Montreal tonight. Great to be here.
Just as we start off, that looks very small.
It does look very small, doesn't it?
Looks like an easy heckle if you're in the crowd.
I wonder if it's easier to do a big crowd or a small crowd.
I would say it's easy to do a big crowd.
Yeah, I think so as well, because with a small crowd, you're looking around and you can see people's
everyone,
faces.
Yeah, and their expressions.
It's a lot more
like,
intimate, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Let's go back.
It's a lot more nerve-wracking, I reckon, to be honest. As probably wrong as it sounds, it probably is.
Great to be here in Montreal tonight. Great to be here. This past weekend, I had to go to Boston with my girlfriend, stay with her dad. Could not have been more uncomfortable. He wouldn't let us sleep in the same bedroom together. You know? He goes, "Sorry, buddy, I just don't trust you." I said, "Trust me, buddy. I'm fucking your daughter." My baby brother's in high school now, and we're close, but sometimes he'll try to take advantage of that, you know? A couple months ago, he calls me up, he goes, "Anthony, I just cut school for no reason, and now I need you to write me a sick note and then forge Dad's signature and make it good." And I did my best, but I'm horrible at stuff like that. Teacher took one look at the note and said, "Mikey, you expect me to believe this?" You don't have AIDS. Oh, fantastic. If you guys like that AIDS joke. I've got some great news. You're gonna love this next AIDS joke. I just got an email from an ex-girlfriend of mine telling me that she has AIDS. And I didn't...
Someone probably found that one funny, didn't they?
Was that his ex-girlfriend?
Listen to that laugh again, that's funny.
From an ex-girlfriend of mine telling me that she has AIDS. And I didn't... I like your style. I just got an email from an ex-girlfriend telling me that she has AIDS, and I didn't know how to comfort her. So I just wrote back, I know. I just read the biography of the guy who invented Super Mario Brothers. Did you know that when he was a kid, people used to laugh at him when he would kill turtles with a hammer? I once dated a girl who owned a parakeet. Oh my God. That fucking thing never shut up. But the bird was cool.
That's a classic. You knew where that was going.
Thank you. God, my girlfriend's so sensitive. A couple months ago, she got her hair cut. 2 inches cut off her hair, came home and cried for 2 hours.
That'd be so funny.
Finally went to her and said, baby, what are you so upset about? It's just a haircut. I'm the one who's got to find a new girlfriend. You guys have been a really good crowd. I mean, obviously, I've had way better. But I also had worse. I think the worst crowd I ever had was in this place called Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Have you guys ever heard of that? It's like a small town, like a couple hours north of New York, in between here and New York. It's like a nice place. They got trees and shit. But they just have one bar where everyone goes every night. You know? And one night I'm there doing a show, and it's going pretty well until I tell this joke. I say, guys, favorite writer of all time, favorite author? William Shakespeare. Love Shakespeare. I still read Shakespeare today. And people will argue with me that it's impractical to read so much Shakespeare. But let me learn you something. If it wasn't for Romeo and Juliet, I would have totally overreacted when my fiancée killed herself. Now, clearly that's not a joke for everybody, right? I mean, pretty much just people who read. But wherever I go, at least one person will laugh really hard at that joke, you know, but not in Great Barrington, Massachusetts. In Great Barrington, Massachusetts, it was like a dead, angry silence until a guy yells out, Great Barrington, Massachusetts is the suicide capital of the country. And we hate that stuff here. Now, that's a tough situation. Luckily, I'm a professional. I knew I had 3 options to get out of it. Option number 1, apologize to everybody. Say, you guys, I'm really sorry. I didn't know that about your town. But if I had, I never would have told that joke. Not my style. Option number 2, point out the obvious. You should all move. But instead I went with option number 3. I said, you know what? Fuck Great Barrington, Massachusetts. The only good thing I can say about this town is the suicide rate isn't as high as it should be. Thank you, everybody.
There's no way you actually said that.
No, I know.
I don't
you would have been on the ropes trying to get out of there if you did.
I wonder if that's one of his very early ones.
He looks quite young.
Yeah, he looks very young there.
And also, I think he's into much bigger crowds now. I think that's probably
what he started off with.
And if he's going to Great Barrington, Massachusetts in a bar,
when
they've only got one bar.
Yeah, that's probably his,
where he started
one of his first shows.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny though.
No, his delivery is top notch, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It's very like controlled and like quite calm. And I don't know, sometimes you can get a bit like, I don't know, like you match the energy of the comedians.
It's just the way he says stuff. He'll say stuff, like the way he says it, something completely not funny, but it will just kind of make me laugh.
I was going to say, it's when he's talking, you know that it's a sad story he's telling, but you can't help but smile because you know
he's there with a straight
coming,
face. It's like not my style. Like, it's not even meant to be that funny, but it just is. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video as well. If you did, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.